everybody. We are back for another session of Pilates for your Pilates Guild. I'm Veronica and I'm your art teacher this year. And if you are in our last Pilates Guild, we worked on our Rolling Like a Ball series. And now we're going to try a couple other exercises and we're going to work on moving different directions with our spine. So your spine, you can feel if you take your hands behind you onto your back and you feel those bones coming down your back, just like a stripe right down your back. That's your spine, and that is what we're going to be working on today and going different directions. Sometimes we'll twist it, sometimes we'll open up our back. All right, so we're going to play with some different movements with our spine. So let's go ahead and come over to the mat. You just need your yoga mat, or if you don't have a yoga mat, you can go onto some carpet or onto some grass, something that's a little bit soft, where you don't feel like you're on a hard concrete or hardwood floor. Okay, so we'll go ahead and come over to our spot. You can have tennis shoes on, or you can be barefoot. And let's start off with our feet down onto our mat, knees bent, and you can come all the way down onto your back. All the way down onto your back, your knees are bent, just facing up towards the ceiling or up towards the sky. And the first movement that we're gonna do is called a bridge. So when we bridge, we're gonna lift our hips up and make a little space underneath, right underneath your hips, and then you're gonna drop them right back down. That's your bridge position. Let's see if we could do it just a couple more times. Lift your hips up and drop them back down. Now see if you can feel your weight in your heels. So you're pressing into your heels a little bit when you lift your hips up. And we're gonna try to do a couple more things with this position. So if you feel like this is enough for today, you just wanna bridge up, bridge down, that's okay. You can do that. If you wanna try a little bit more, something a little bit more challenging, why don't you keep your bridge and see if you can lift your left toes up and then your right toes. Lift and lift. All right, so this is gonna be our level 2. This is gonna be our next challenge. If you wanna try something even harder, see if you can keep your hips still, holding up that bridge. You still have your space underneath, and see if you can lift your whole left foot up. Lift it up, drop it down, other side, lift it up, drop it down. So you're just gonna alternate between both of your feet. All right, and if you feel like you got that and you still wanna try something harder, maybe try to lift your whole leg up and drop it down. Switch sides, whole leg up and drop it down. Let's just play with it for 2 more, wherever you're at. Play with it for 2 more, wherever you're at, either lifting the toes, lifting the foot, or lifting the whole leg. And then when you finish your last one, you can go ahead and bring your hips all the way down, and we're gonna give ourselves a hug. This is called your body hug position. And you're just gonna pull your knees in and give yourself a big hug. And you can rock a little bit, massage your spine. All right, you might be able to feel your spine into the mat or into the floor. All right, that's your bridge position. So we're gonna drop our feet down, and then we're gonna flip all the way over so that we're laying on our stomach. And we're gonna take our spine the other way. So see if you can take your hands down onto your mat, kind of right by your shoulders, and send your legs out straight behind you. And we're gonna see if we can lift our hands and our feet. All right, lift your hands and your feet. Lift them and see if you can count to 3. 1, 2, 3, and drop them down. Let's do that 2 more times. Let's try to count to 5. Go ahead and lift your hands, lift your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and drop them down. Let's do it 1 more time. Lift your hands, lift your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, go ahead and rest. And I want you to just think about something a little bit. So those bones in our spine, when we were lifting up, we were creating a curve in our spine, right? So we were lifting our chest, we were lifting our legs, and we get a little curve in our spine. And it's really good for us to make sure that we're strong in our back. Have a lot of muscles to support our spine. So this is a really nice position for us to come into. You can come into this position whenever you want. Just come onto your stomach, lift your hands, lift your feet. Now I'm gonna give you a couple options to make it a little harder if you want. All right, so if you wanna try something harder, you can take your hands right by your hips and see if you can lift your chest another inch higher, a little bit higher. All right, let's hold 3, 2, 1, and let it go. And let's take one more challenge. If you still want to try something a little bit tougher, take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and let's see if we can do it from there. Lift your chest, lift your legs, hold it. 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Good job. Come all the way down. We're going to take our knees bent, and we're going to come back into what's called our child's pose position. Some of you guys might know it from yoga. Bend your knees, shift your weight back into your heels. You can bring your hands forward, or you can bring them back by your feet and open up your back. So now our spine is rounded in the other direction, and it can be a nice relaxing stretch after we were lifting our chest and legs. All right, take a deep breath here, and then blow it out. And I want to do one more thing with you today for our spine. And this time, I want to rotate our spine. I want to twist a little bit. Okay, it's another thing that's really good for our muscles. So let's go ahead and come back onto our back, just like we started. We'll lay all the way down, and then start to lift up one foot, one knee, lift it up and hold it, and then bring the other one. Look at this, I was sneeze. Almost was gonna sneeze, sun's in my eye. We're gonna bring our legs up and we're gonna hold them here. And I want you to just start to rock your knees a little bit. Rock them to one side and up and over to the other side. All right, so this will be your level 1. You can stay right here. This feels like enough. Stay right here. If you want to try a little bit more, let's go ahead and bring our hands out to the sides. And let's see if we can keep our shoulders on the floor, but drop our knees as far as we can over to one side, and then pull them up and over to the other direction. Up and over to the other direction. So now we're twisting our spine, just like we're wringing out a sponge. All right, so this is going to be your level 2. If you want to try something harder, come over here, start dropping your knees a little further, but try to keep your shoulders on the mat, on the floor. All right, and then I will give you one more challenge. If you want to try something a little harder, when you get down to one side, see if you can pause there and kick your legs and bend them back. We'll do the same thing the other way. Take a pause, kick your legs, and bend them back. But try to keep your shoulders on the floor. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor. Let's get one more on each side. And then come back to center. Let's give ourselves a hug again. Back into our body hug. All right. Let's go ahead and come up. You can grab underneath one leg. If you're in our Rolling Like a Ball series, we went over coming up with one leg. And then we're just gonna finish with a butterfly stretch with our feet together and our knees open, and we'll fold forward just like a butterfly here. With your feet together, roll forward. So those are a couple exercises that you can do that are really good for your spine. And you can put those with your Rolling Like a Ball series that we did last week. Right, or on Tuesday rather, we did our Rolling Like a Ball. You can put the exercises together, you can work on them together, or if you have some that really feel good in your body, you can do those as many times as you want. All right, thank you all.